Hello and welcome to the weekend review for Module 6 in our capstone course. Okay, so there's been you probably have noticed some modules have been opened up. So let's talk a little bit about that and how we're really going to conclude the course, which kind of starting right about now. So how we're going to finish this up. So the first thing, let me get my picture off of here. So the first thing to remember is that we have to have this course completed by Thursday, April 28th at midnight. So everything needs to be in by Thursday. So with that, I've gone ahead and opened everything up at this point for you to go ahead and conclude the course at right now if you wish. So let's take a look at some of the things. So with right now we're in Module 6, which you'll be starting your healthcare career reports, which I do have in there. We got everything squared away this morning on that. So you'll want to choose one of your fellow classmates in here. You've got India and Jennifer and Ann and everybody in here. So you'll pick a couple of these to watch, and Barb down there at the end. You will watch those move notes, and then you will do your 2 peer evaluations on those for Module 6, and then you'll also go back in and do 2 more. So get your 4 total in, and you'll be fine. So 4 total peer evaluations into the Dropbox right there, and you'll be all squared away with that. All right, so let me go back to Module 6. Then we have our knowledge summary and our case study right down here. So that's kind of the normal. I'll just scoot this down a bit. And our case study, I think our last case study right here on Module 6, which will be social media. Now in Module 7, we're going to continue with the healthcare career reports. So again, you'll pick up your final 2 evaluations for that. Again, all the same folks in the class, and they're showing up identical to what was in Module 6. And then also, we will have, going back to Module 7, we will have our conversation about graduate school. And I have talked to you already, a couple of you, about graduate school and whether that's something that you should do and go on and do now. There really is no right or wrong answer. A lot of people think, well, I should go right away and start graduate school. Well, it really depends, I think, on a lot of external factors. The biggest one is where you're at currently with your career. If you are just starting your healthcare career, especially in the administration area, it doesn't hurt to season up for a couple of years and then enter into a master's program. If you are pretty far along in your career and you know pretty much right away that you're where you're going with it, then it might make more sense. The reason for seasoning up, I guess, in your career is to find out what niche that you kind of fall in, because you're going to make a big choice if you decide to go to graduate school. One, it's a huge commitment of time and effort, and also a huge commitment as far as a tuition investment goes. We're talking again some serious money as far as investing in your future career, and you want to make sure that that master's degree aligns with kind of where you're going. And there's a lot of different types of degrees out there that healthcare administrators go, but you tend to kind of you may specialize again. So with associate's degrees, you specialize. With baccalaureate degrees, sometimes you have a broader perspective. And then with graduate degrees, you kind of contract a little bit, and you may want to have a more focused graduate degree. The folks that I've talked to, I chose an MBA with a specialization in healthcare management. To me, I felt that offered the best of both worlds. It gave me a little bit of diversification if I ever decided to leave healthcare. It also gave me that healthcare concentration, so I was able to kind of get the most bang for the buck for my educational dollars. That's what worked for me, or at least so far what's worked for me. Knock on wood, that's worked for me. Some of you may decide to go into public health, where you want to get a master's of public health. Some of you may want to get a Master's in Health Administration, the MHA, which is again focused. It's like the MBA, but purely for healthcare. So, and there's some great advantages to that. I really debated on which route to go. But at the time I got my master's, I was not fully seasoned yet in the healthcare area, and I wanted to not have all my eggs in one basket. Now, had I gone back, if I was doing it today, I'd probably go with the MHA, knowing that I'm going to probably work out the rest of my career in some form of healthcare education, and feel pretty confident about that. But again, your situation may vary, as they say. So please take some thought about this. I think it's a good topic to think about, and we'll have our discussion on that. So you'll go through Module 7, and then Module 8 is simply going to be your final reflection. So just, again, there's no APA, no word count, but do take some time and think about some of these, I guess, thought questions I have in here. You can really take this in any direction that you want with your final reflection. Again, I give you some ideas about what, things to think about that you may want to reflect upon, and what challenges that you had as you were going through the healthcare administration program. Who helped you along the way? Were there key faculty members? Were there loved ones, significant others that helped and maybe took care of the kids, while you were doing assignments? Maybe even from a financial perspective, did a grandparents maybe come in there and help you along? So, take time to think about these things. Also, if you have any, I guess, insights as far as what you would say to somebody new coming into the program, I do like to compile a little list of things that students have said, and we pass that on to the next, I guess, generation coming into the program of what tips and ideas that you may have as you're now leaving the program that might make their process a little bit easier. And also, we're always looking to improve. Again, I've had conversations with some of you. HCA is going to be going through some very dramatic improvement processes over the next year. The curriculum is going through a complete redesign, where we're evaluating everything and making it in alignment really for the next decade, that this program is in alignment for, because with the dramatic changes that are happening in healthcare. But please, any suggestions for improvement, we're going to have that in there. Now, I do think the program, the core essential courses that many of you had, are going to remain. Some will sunset. Some of the content in some of those courses you have may find different homes, and we're bringing new content into the program, hopefully. And also, it's probably going to be a little bit longer. So you're graduating at the right time. We'll probably be about one course longer than what we currently are, with 3 more credit hours. So just kind of give you a little hint of the future. But please, we want your suggestions. We do have student representation on our advisory board, and we definitely look at that input both from an alumni perspective and from current students as far as the shape of the program going forward. And many of you will be alumni here in the few weeks, so we may be asking you to, if you have any interest in serving in an alumni capacity on the advisory board, your input is greatly appreciated in shaping the program. You are going to be the healthcare, some of you are already currently healthcare leaders, and you're also going to be the future healthcare leaders, and we really value your input as far as making this program meaningful to employers and what they want to see from graduates as well. So again, that final reflection, a lot of ideas there I've thrown at you. You can take it in any direction that you want. Just make it meaningful for yourself. And that's pretty much all that we have to do to complete this course. You could easily complete it probably by this weekend if you wanted to. The one thing I will ask is that you please check in with the course next week before it finally closes down. So please check in at least sometime, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before the course finally closes, which will be, again, Thursday at midnight on the 28th. Everything needs to be handed in at that time. I'll come in early Friday morning, grade whatever we have left, and then grades will be due by 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and if it's not there, I don't have any time to track you down, unfortunately, because of the way graduation is this year. So, but I think everybody's good right now. I think we don't have any outstanding assignments, so I think we're looking really good with that. All right, so, oh, and there one question, Barb had a question, which was a good one, and it was about the Module 7, here we go, the graduate school conversation, the thread of discussion. So that thread of discussion, I guess, really isn't triggered until Module 7, but since we're compressing everything here at the end, what I'd like you to do, if you can, it shouldn't be that hard, but if you can, I'd like to start this conversation this week. So jump into Module 7 and do that graduate school discussion. And looking on here, I would, if we can, have this done. Looking at my calendar, I think it is in the module as well. If we could have that discussion concluded by this week, April 23rd, by having your 2 peer responses in by that Saturday. I'm not going to deduct any points if you happen to get this done next week, but I know if we're some of you will be exiting the course and completing all of your assignments. So I would like to have the thread of discussion kind of to make it relevant. All of us participate in it this week. Get it done by Saturday, if not Sunday, with your peer responses and whatnot, and then we'll be done with that. Okay, so that concludes the week in review. Please remember to check back next week at least one time before the course closes for any final notices that I may have that could be important for the course. So, all right, with that, sorry for the lengthy one, but we're covering 3 modules in one. So this will be our last week in review, but it will not be my final closing video. So please do check back next week. So excellent. All right, well, as always, thank you for watching.